All right, Rifters, welcome to Reza Riffs. Keith Reza here. Alan Lee will not be here today. He scheduling conflict. Uh, I know there's been a few, especially recently, where Alan has been MIA. For those of you who don't know, he had to go to New York because his mom was sick for a couple episodes last season. And this season, he's doing his day job. And we're recording this one early in the morning to fit schedules, and it just didn't work out with Alan's schedules. But we wish him the best at his day job. Couple things that's really important. Like us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Reza Riffs. We need more social media numbers. I kind of think that Twitter and Facebook are kind of going down, though. I think a lot of people are deleting their accounts for whatever reason. But follow us and keep us active. Also, I'm on Cameo. Book me on Cameo. www.cameo.com/Keith Reza. I'll give you a personal shout out. That's how I'm making money right now. And I could use more requests. I will say whatever you want, non-filter. I don't care. I'll say whatever. Just book me and I'll make it funny. My stand-up special is on iTunes. Buy that, support that. That's also how I'm making money. So yeah. All right. Today we got a very good special guest. I love this person very much. I call her my comedy mom. I've known her for about, I want to say 8 or 9 years. And she's actually did this podcast in season 1 when we were doing the video podcast. She's had way more success since then. Obviously, she's been on Last Comic Standing. But her 2 specials were released. One on Tiffany Hash's They Ready on Netflix. And the other was released on HBO. She also has her own podcast called The Truth Serum with Aida Rodriguez. I'm very excited to have her back. It's been long overdue. So subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts. Enjoy the interview. Give us your feedback. And enjoy my interview with the great Aida Rodriguez.
You're listening to Reza Riffs with Keith Reza and Alan Lee, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Hey, Aida. Hey.
Hey, you. How are you?
Good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. How are you?
Good. Busy. I've been really busy. The last few weeks have been really busy for me, but I'm good. How you doing?
Well, I got pulled over like an hour ago, so I'm kind of like stressing about that.
You okay? What did they pull you over for?
Apparently I was talking on my cell phone, which I guess I was, but it was on speaker, you know what I mean? And I'm holding it and speakering. So like I had like a back and forth argument with him, and I was polite, and then he's like, and it was just weird because I've never been pulled over, so I was like freaking out,
I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah. Do you have any good getting pulled over stories or no?
I mean, I've been pulled over quite a bit.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten out of a ticket with arguing?
No, I don't think I don't really argue with the cops. But so I did I got out of one ticket, but it wasn't by arguing.
Did you kill him with kindness or something? Like how?
Yeah, we just had a conversation and he was really nice and he let me go. We had a conversation and it was cool. It was a very unique experience.
Yeah. So yeah, so other than that, because like I feel so bad because I'm not really like an arguer. I kind of just take it, but I wasn't on my phone. I was on the speaker. You know what I mean? But whatever. So how are things? You're working with COVID right now? Like you're doing the comedy?
No, comedy. I've done some comedy, but actually I'm going to do comedy this weekend. But I really haven't been doing comedy. I've been doing more writing stuff and trying to create my own projects. And trying to sell them. That's really what I've been focusing on during COVID. And I've been doing a lot of public speaking and like things that in different spaces that have to do with like the activism space and that kind of stuff. My podcast, doing a radio show, like that kind of stuff, but not as much stand up as I would like to be doing.
Yeah, it's weird because like every single year I like keep track of my gigs, and like the next year I say, okay, I want to beat it that how many I did. You know what I mean? So like the most gigs I did was like 260, and I think that was 2017. So I wanted to beat that. And then 2020, I was on a huge roll. I had like 43, and then it just stopped.
Yeah.
And 43 is the least I've ever done. You know what I mean? So it was like,
I don't even think I did 43 in 2020.
Yeah, but and keep in mind, I count open mics and all that stuff. Like they're not 43 paying gigs. Every set I count it, because it's still a set.
That's right.
So it kind of like depressed me because I've never done that little, and it just made me feel. And I know that this was nobody's like fault, like, but at the same time, like, I'm not getting any younger. You know what I mean?
None of us are.
Yeah. So it's like, was 2020 the year? It's like you're a basketball player. It's still a year on your time clock. I don't know. So
let's not count it. Doesn't count. Let's just scratch 2020.
Yeah. So, but 2021's not doing any what? I'm still at 0. So I'm like, oh God, I have to beat 43. That's what it. Because if I don't beat 43, I'm gonna be like, God, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I've performed once in 2021 so far.
Oh, really? How was it? Was it like what was the atmosphere like?
Well, it was for Dave Chappelle's thing in Austin.
Oh, that's cool.
It was cool. I did a short set, maybe 7 minutes. And it was fun. It felt good to perform in front of people.
Yeah.
It's outside. It was cold. It was outside. But I really, I miss performing. So I felt kind of emotional because I don't want to stop.
Yeah. And then you're like, did you have a was it hard for you to do 7 minutes because you haven't done it in a while, or were you like, because what you wanted to talk about?
No, it wasn't hard for me, but I did have a moment of pause when I got on stage because I had not been on stage for a while. It felt like surreal.
Yeah.
And I sorry, I don't even know why. I'm just cold and I have a headache, and it's been like a weird last couple of days. I got on stage and I thought for a moment, I looked out and I was like, wow, people, and then I saw people with their masks on, and it just hit me that this was my new reality.
Yeah.
But then I just started, I did my first joke and people laughed, and I was just as, eager for the comedy experience as the audience was.
Yeah. And see, like that's like where I think like when comedy does come back, like everyone's saying, well, because like everyone's lost their job, right now, right? So they're saying it's going to take some time to get things back to normal. I think that it's going to help comedy because I think people will want to go out and want to like laugh. You know what I mean?
Oh, they are 100% going to want to go out and laugh and need entertainment. And it's historic. I mean, even after the Great Depression, like it's entertainment peaks. People need an escape because it is stressful at home.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe it won't, have like maybe our promotion skills don't even have to go high because everyone will be like, oh yes, let's go. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, that was easy. It was just one tweet. Yeah. So headache gone.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, I miss you.
I miss you too.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I feel so disconnected from everyone. I feel from the people who I hold dear. It really is a strange experience to not see, and especially sharing comedy with.
Yeah. I was going over like I think like we've been friends for what 8-9 years, and I remember I interviewed you once about 6 years ago, and I listened to it and I was like, hopefully I'm a better interviewer now.
Oh, be quiet. You were fine.
But you're one of those comics who, and keep in mind, I've always known you as a comic, because I saw you at open mics and we did the Brea Improv together. I was just instantly drawn to you because I feel like although our acts are different, I feel our hearts are the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
So I felt like I always call you my comedy mom, and because I love you very much,
I love you too.
And it's just sad because like the last time we did comedy together, my dog died. I don't know if you remember that. And
oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And I just bombed that night, and it just sucks because I don't like bombing, especially in front of you, because like it's like so yeah, like that's just like one of those things where like I guess I'm trying to say I miss bombing.
Me too. I miss bombing too. I mean, you say that you bombed. That's because we are all so hard on ourselves when we do stand up and we're our greatest critics. That was a bomb for you because of the standard that you hold yourself to. But I miss bombing. I miss the entire comedy experience. And I laugh when I'm bombing because it's so funny to me that the audience is just not with me. And that makes me laugh. And people get upset with me because they want me to react differently. But it just, to me, it just makes me laugh. Like, wow, like I'm really not doing it right now. They hate me. Yeah. And that makes me laugh.
And the funniest thing is nobody gets why it's funny except for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's hilarious. Sometimes you need to bomb because bombing makes you a better comic. Because if you have to learn how to lose to win,
Yeah. How many like what would you say was your batting percentage before you became like a huge headliner? Like what was your batting percentage on bombing and hitting?
Well, I mean, it depends on where I was in my career. I think that I've always been able to coast on stage because I understand how the audience comedian relationship works. But I mean, I've had my share of bombs, and the worst bombs are the ones where you don't know you bombed. You think you did okay.
Yeah.
And then people see you after the show and they're like, oh man, sorry about that. And you think you did all right, and everybody's like, man, I know it hurts. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I just did well. And they're like, nah, you just bombed.
Have you ever like been with like on a same show with one of the comedians who like they bombed and you think they know it too, but then they're so delusional they think they killed?
Yes, you and I both have been on the shows with those comedians.
Well, we can't use each other.
I know. No, I'm saying you and I've been on the show with, that's funny though, with other comedians, and we've been looking like, okay, all right, you killed it. Okay. Everybody's definition of killing is different.
One time I did a show with Jim Brewer. This was like maybe 12 years ago, and it was at the Irvine Improv. They were doing a clean comedy night, and Jim Brewer just walked in because he's headlining the weekend, so he wanted to do a set. And he bombed pretty bad. Like, people were leaving, you know what I mean? So I went to the green room with Daryl Blackshear, and we were talking. We were like, so Jim, are you gonna do better tonight? You know, just giving him. And Jim Brewer just looks at us. He's like, "What are you talking about? I killed." We're like, "Yeah, definitely." It's like Jim Brewer. We don't want to piss him off, and then we're in the back. We're like, if he thinks he killed, there's an issue. But then keep in mind, you know, at then, like, it's like that's Jim Brewer, and I mean, now I'm like kind of, you know, a name, I guess, but I'm not like a Jim Brewer level, and I wasn't back then. So, like, who was I to talk, you know? So
the person who watched somebody bomb, person who didn't think that the set hit, that didn't receive the funny. Like, that's who you have the right to be, because nobody in the audience is a big comedian. But if they're not laughing and you bomb, then what does it matter? It doesn't need to be an audience filled with veteran comedians. If you bomb, you bomb. And nobody is exempt from bombing. Cat Williams has bombed, Dave Chappelle has bombed, Bill Burr has bombed publicly. We can pull up the video. Yeah. So if they can bomb, anybody can bomb, including Jim Brewer.
But, you know, like, as you know, I was with Norm for a while. Norm, like, got off on bombing. Like,
yeah, it's fun.
That was his thing. Like, especially the Late Show. He would do like 3 hours, and his goal is he wouldn't get off until everyone left.
Walking the audience. That's
yeah. Fun. So, but another thing about you is, like, although, like, I really admire you because I really like fearless comics, and I think, like, I think that it's really hard to find in females too, and, like, you're just the best of the best, fearless, you know. And I think that's just awesome because, I mean, would you agree? Would you think, like, it's harder for females to do no filter, whatever I want comedy and not, you know what I mean?
Of course, there's a double standard with comedy. And the thing is, when you do no filter comedy, as they call it, they expect you to be dirty, right? To talk about sexual content and go that way. And the fact that I don't do that, I think it makes it a little harder for me because I'm talking about social issues and stuff like that. And people are like, wait a minute, what are you doing? Like, where's your, you know, your oral sex joke? And I'm like, I don't have one of those, but I do have this. Yeah, I think sometimes it is funny. Listen, if you want to know how hard it is for a woman in comedy, just go to the comments section on a Netflix post. When Netflix posts a woman, you will see endless comments from men saying, that's why women aren't funny. And it'll be the funniest clip. Like, it'll be some of the funniest comedians with the funniest jokes. And then there will be a lot of men just saying, see, women are not funny. So I would say, yes, it's a little harder.
Yeah. And, like, but, like, I guess the thing what I'm trying to say is like, your brand, your, you know, because
yeah, that makes it harder too, because it's uncomfortable to hear something from someone you don't expect to do that. They expect me to go up and, you know, people want me to go on stage and say, caramba, like, that's what they want from me. Yeah. And then I go on stage and I'm talking about, you know, whatever I'm talking about that day. And people get uncomfortable because they're like, wait a minute, this is not what we expected. So, and as a woman, yeah, because, you know, you see Bill Burr and he goes out there and he does that hardcore, edgy, no filter comedy, and he's lauded. But, you know, I don't have those bros that, like, that support me. I don't have that cult of a following in terms of that. So, yeah, it can be hard, but it's fun. I welcome the challenge.
Yeah. And see, like, that's that's why I love working with you when we do shows and stuff, because I feel like just by even working with you, I feel I become a better comic.
Oh, I appreciate that. I feel the same way. You know what? I think it's funny because when you respect comedy and you go out and you do stand up with other people, whether you're a headliner, a feature, a host, if you open your eyes and your ears and you pay attention to the other comedians, you will learn something. So I feel like I learn from you as well, because I think that all good comics pay attention to who's around and they learn from everyone. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. I also think like that's why like I like podcasting, because although it's probably listed as comedy, but it's also like school. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
everyone has different theories and stuff, and every interview I've ever had, like it's helped me to be a better artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You've had some good guests on here.
Yeah, like Ida Rodriguez.
Ah. But you
Who,
have some
who's
of them.
who's the hardest person you've ever had to interview?
I interviewed a Grand Dragon of the KKK, and I think that was my hardest interview.
Oh wow,
Hmm.
like that would be awkward for me.
He was very polite to me too, that which was really weird. Like he was very polite, and it was strange. It was a very strange, and I think it was hard for me because I was uncomfortable. Like I was like, this guy could just yell out some craziness at any moment, and I don't know how I'm gonna react to that.
Yeah.
But it was more self-imposed, but it was still like that was like the strangest, toughest interview I ever did, because that person's beliefs was rooted in, you know, dehumanizing me, and I think that just kept staying in my head, and I was like, why am I talking to this guy? Why did they set this interview up? Like, who did this?
It's like after you interview him, you drive home and you call your friend. You're like, "Hey, Shelly, I kind of understand now."
Yeah, it was weird. It was the weirdest. I could not believe that they put me in that situation.
Oh man, I would say the hardest person I ever interviewed was Sinbad.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, it was a phone interview, and I don't know. I just felt like he just didn't get my humor over the phone. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's like
He's such a
I
nice guy too.
yeah, he's awesome. He's one of my favorite comics. But I was just like, oh god, the whole time I'm thinking, oh, Sinbad probably hates me now.
No.
I heard he just had a stroke though, so like I was like,
Yeah, he was sick. I think he's getting better. His children tweeted or put on Instagram that he was getting better. So
no.
thankfully.
So I listened to your interview with Orlando Jones. That was awesome.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I owe him a phone call actually. I'm
Yeah.
really bad with I've been so bad at returning calls. I've been so busy that it's hard to return calls. I have a hard time like managing my day because even though I'm at home, people think that because you're at home, they like call you and they're like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Hello?" And they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm working." Working? Nobody's working. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm working." I
Yeah.
have to write. I have to, I have a show. I have to prepare for. I have meetings. Like it's not like I'm just sitting here. I'm actually working. My days are full, and I had to reschedule with you yesterday. I had such a bad headache, and it interrupted like part of my day, and I still had to work, and it was the worst to work with a headache.
Well,
But
see, that's like one of those things because like I actually know you. You know what I mean? So I know how you get those migraines and stuff. So like I
yeah,
understand, you know.
oh, it's
But
terrible.
like my mom, who's probably a bigger fan of yours than me.
Oh, I love you, Mom.
Yeah, like she prefers to watch you over me.
Oh, I love your mom. But it's funny. My kids do the same thing. They're like, they don't want to watch me. They live with me. They're like, I know this person. She's walking around my house, but I get it. I love your mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah. The migraines have been horrible.
yeah, so like I totally understand, you know. And then like so I told my mom, I was like, "Oh, we're doing it tomorrow." And she was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe she let you down." I was like, "No, she didn't let me down. She had a, you know, I understand that, you know."
Yeah.
But
No, I had and I still, that's why I'm here, like, and I'm not at the desk. I still have the after effects, the aftershocks of the migraine. So my head still hurts.
Yeah.
And it's one of the 2-day ones, and it's the worst. So yesterday I was really, really bad. And I had to do 2.5 hours of the Young Turks, and that was really painful. As soon as it was done, as soon as they were like cut, I just jumped off. I didn't even say bye. I just got off because I had to like lay down.
Is the Young Turks a new podcast that you're on?
So the Young Turks is an online news network. It's actually the biggest independent news network, and they have a really big following. So I'm a contributor. Sometimes I'm a guest host, I guess is the proper way to describe it. So I tend to be on there to talk about the stories of the day. But yesterday I was on for 2.5 hours, and my radio show was another hour, but we get up at 5 a.m. for our production meeting. So it by I was 3:30. I was like, okay, this is, and then one of my meetings moved in between those two. So I was pretty much looking into a computer all day yesterday till from like 5 a.m. till like about 5 p.m. So 12 hours.
Yeah. I hate looking at a computer for more than 1 hour.
Yeah, it's bad. It's not good for you either. You shouldn't be, that blue light, they said, is not good for you.
Yeah, that's why because I've been writing scripts right now, since I don't have comedy, I'm writing movies. And so like I could only write like 5 pages at a time, and then I'll turn it off, and then I'll go like lie down on my bed. I'll think, holy shit, that was terrible. So then I'd go back on and I'd rewrite it. You know what I mean? I just rewrite the same 5 pages and then until I'm happy. And then it's like 4 hours later, then I'm like, yeah. And then like my eyes hurt all day.
Yeah, you should make sure that, I don't know if they have like some of the things on the screen to protect your eyes from the blue light, but there are some things that you should, maybe the glasses that have the blue light, just they're clear, but they have that blue light block or whatever, because it is hard on the eyes. And we spend so much time looking at it, from the TV to the computer to the phone.
Yeah. Do you remember the olden days where they had typewriters?
Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of think maybe life would be better with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually want a typewriter like that. I was thinking about that not too long ago. I really want a typewriter. I have a record player. Like, I like the old school stuff.
Well, hey, Christmas is right around the corner, so I could start buying a typewriter for it. I mean, I'm not working right now, so like I could save now,
What have you been doing during the pandemic? How have you been getting through your days? You've been writing movies. What else?
I've been writing movies. I've been writing I've been writing jokes, but then like when I watch a movie, I would think, okay, this would be a better joke. You know what I mean? So like I would, I guess, rewrite movies. I don't know, just like as a hobby and stuff. And then like I've been, promoting my stand-up special, the podcast, and all that stuff. And it's so weird because like do you believe in the perfect set, like as a comic, or do you believe like you only could get to a 9 out of 10?
No, I believe that each comic can have their own perfect set.
Right.
But I don't think they should be rated against other people's sets. I think they should be like, I think Dave Chappelle had an immaculate set in the special that he shot in Washington, D.C. I thought Sticks and Stones was, but I don't want to rate that against a Chris Rock special or a Bill Burr special. I just rate it against Killing Me Softly, like I just think that, but I do think that a comedian can achieve their perfect set.
Yeah. Well, my stand-up special, I feel, was my perfect set.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And to do that.
Where is your stand-up special?
I didn't send it to you?
Nope.
Oh, I'll send it to you when we get off. It's on you. It's on YouTube.
Buy it?
No, it's for free. I couldn't sell it. That's what I was trying to say. I was like, I think it was perfect.
Okay, it's on YouTube. Let me look it up.
Yeah, it's called Keith Reza, Make It Happen.
Nice. I like the title.
Yeah.
Got some hustle to it.
Yeah. So I filmed it at the Rec Room.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I really hope survives this pandemic. That's my favorite club.
Okay, you put it up 3 months ago?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. I could have sworn I sent it to you, but maybe I didn't.
I mean, if you did, it could have been in like spam or whatever, but I got it now. I'm gonna watch it.
I did thank you in the credits.
How long is it?
It's an hour. Maybe it's 50
49,
minutes.
I see it. I like it. Congratulations. That makes me proud.
Yeah. So, yeah. You could listen to it, not watch it, because the blue screen.
I'm gonna watch it. But I hear your call back. I hear your call back. I'm gonna watch it though.
But so I feel like that was my perfect set, and I was very, very proud of it. So like that's what I'm trying to like. So that's what I'm proud of. I don't know if you've like ever experienced, because I watched your Netflix special and I thought that was awesome.
Thank you.
So I was just wondering, did you think like that was your perfect set when you did it, or did you feel it was perfect after it got released?
When I was doing it, feeling it on stage, and the reaction from the audience, so there were 2 nights of comedy, and I know that some of the audiences were like audiences from an audience service, which a lot of people do production companies do when they shoot comedy specials. But with my night and my special, a lot of people, well, a great deal of the people who came were my people who came to see me. And it wasn't like an audience that came in from one of those services. So I take all of that stuff into consideration, and the organic experience that I had with the audience. I was out of my body in that moment when I was on stage. I really kind of like, I can't remember shooting it. So when I watched it, I was like, wow, even watching it, I couldn't remember that I was doing that on stage, because it was really, I was just out of my body. It was just a zone thing. Like I was there they were there. It was a moment in time where we were connecting. It was an interactive experience. And I just know that at the end of it, I was full, and I felt like it was not choreographed. It was just really just an organic experience for me.
Yeah.
So I did think that it was a good set. I had never felt anything like that before. That was a moment that I felt like, wow, I'm a comedian. Like, I'm really a comedian,
And I think that's the moment I felt, because like I loved it when I filmed it, but even when I watch it, like that brings that memory back. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So like whenever I get like rejected by bookers or whatever, I could just watch that and be like, ha ha ha.
Exactly. You gotta believe in yourself, even when the bookers don't.
Yeah, that's
because they're not always right, and a lot of times they're not right. And even when you hear like someone like Kanye West say that over and over again, a lot of those A&R people would turn him down. They would tell him to quit. And now he's bigger than any artist that they've ever produced. So you can't believe the people all the time.
Speaking of Kanye West, I mean, I don't like getting political on the show, but man, can you believe he lost?
That's funny.
Yeah, but whatever.
Hilarious.
Well, thank you.
The nerve of people.
So how's Twitter going for you? Are the trolls backing off or no?
I've been ignoring them. I don't see them anymore. So I think that, I don't have time to be on Twitter like that either, but I really have been just not focusing on people online, because so many of these people are toxic, What about you? Because you go in.
Yeah, I do go in, but no, but I think since this whole thing, because especially since it turned all political, it's kind of like I don't really want to get involved on that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, especially since I know nothing about politics, I don't feel I have any right to complain or not complain. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah,
No. I hear you. It took the fun out of it. I don't want to always, have those conversations on Twitter and Instagram. Sometimes I just want to go there to get a good laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It is fun getting in Twitter fights with your grandma, though.
I love it.
Yeah. Like, why waste a text message? You remember when text messages, they were like 99 cents, like when phones first came out, like per message?
Yep.
Like, holy Lord, man. That would be.
Dang, Keith, you are getting old.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, so, like, I think of all these stupid ideas, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I just try and make everything like funny. I guess I don't know. Is that
How many podcast episodes have you had?
Reza Riffs? I think we're at 118.
Wow, that's a lot.
But it's getting harder to get like, because as much as I love you, I don't enjoy interviewing people more than once, especially my friends, because it's like, you know what I mean? Because I listen to like other podcasts and like, oh, they're a regular and that's cool and stuff. But like, I enjoy either making friends with someone who I'm not friends with or pissing them off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So like,
the last person you interviewed before me.
Oh, dude, that this guy Mark Beltsman. Beltsman. Do you know who that is?
Mm-mm.
He was in Billy Madison. He played one of Adam Sandler's best friends in that movie, opposite of Norm. And that guy just hated me from the start because I don't really do my research on people. You know what I mean? I just like let it riff and stuff. So I asked him if he was going to be in Billy Madison too. And then he just went nuts on me. He's like, I haven't spoken to Sandler in 20 years. Why would you ask that? I was like, whoa. Like, and this was within the first 5 minutes of the interview. And I was like, oh my God, I still have 45 minutes of this. So he's probably the hardest to interview besides Sinbad. But he just, I just feel there's just nothing I can say to, so I was just like, oh, yes. And then he was giving me a Zoom lecture like I'm 5, you know what I mean? He's like,
what was his Zoom lecture though? What was it?
Well, because I did an interview for my special last time I was on Zoom, because I have 2 emails. I have Keith Reza Comedy at Gmail and then Reza Riffs. And I was on my Reza Riffs one, which had the Make It Happen background. And he's all making fun of me for it. And I was like, oh, it's my special. I'll like try and change it. And I know how to change it. And then he's like telling me, you go to the start. And I was like, thank God this is recording. You know what I mean? Like everyone knows you're a dick, kind of. I don't know.
Did you post the interview?
Yeah, because I mean, well, see, that's the thing about me is like, regardless if he liked me or not, he's still a name, and he's still like, I still learned something from that interview. You know what I mean?
Learn?
I learned that never interview him again.
And you learned how to change the background on Zoom.
Yeah. And I learned he does not want to buy my special, Make It Happen.
He didn't want to buy it?
Well, yeah, because it was on my background. I don't know. But that's what I learned, And I also learned he was friends with John Candy. So, like, when I brought him up, he got, like, pretty emotional. I was like, I understand, but the guy's been dead for 30 years. I think you don't need tears. I don't know.
Oh my God.
But like, I liked how he did not hang up. Like, I admire him for that. You know, you know how like we were talking about bombing and stuff. You know, one of our goals is just to get everyone out. I was trying to get him to hang up. Like that was. He's like, he was like, yeah, I got in a huge fight with Sandler. I haven't spoken to him in 20 years. And I was like, okay, so you're not going to be in Billy Madison 2. Is there a chance you'll be in Billy Madison 3?
Did you say that?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I wish I did.
Oh. Oh my God. He got into it. Did he talk about the fight?
No, he just briefly and then, started insulting me. So,
oh wow.
Which is weird because like there's guys where in comedy you hear horror stories about, and you're like, oh, that can't be true because I know that guy. You know what I mean? Something like that. I've never heard a bad thing about Adam Sandler. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've heard he's the nicest guy in the world. And but according to Mark Beltsman, he's not. So whatever.
Oh my God, you make me laugh. What's his name? Mark Beltsman?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah. Don't tell him I sent you.
Nah, I'm not gonna say anything to him. He sounds like he might be angry.
Yeah, you know what would be funny is if you follow him on Twitter and be like, "Hey, I just listened to you on Reza Riffs, big fan."
I'm gonna do it. Oh man.
But no, like that was another question I had for you is like with all the whole Me Too thing and like a lot of comics during this pandemic being caught and stuff, like I kind of think like it's a good time to get caught because there's no work. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah.
Like Chris D'Elia, everyone loves Chris D'Elia. I've only met him once and whatever, but like I kind of knew he was into the younger gals,
You knew that?
I didn't know he was like having sex with them, but I knew like he talked to younger girls. Like,
how do you know that? I never knew that. How did you know that?
Because he was always at the Comedy Store with like, young. He's like 40 years old, 20-year-olds, So, but whatever. I'm not judging him, but like it's just so funny how it happened when there's no work. You know what I mean? Like I think it would have been a bigger impact if there's work. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he had a show that got canceled. He had a show
did he?
Yeah, like a Netflix show that was coming out. Brian Callen, like they had a show that got canceled, I believe.
And it was weird because like 2 months later he got accused. He got so it's like, but like that's I just feel like right now it's probably like because you could lay low until this whole thing's over and they'd be like, hey, remember me? And they're like, oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Bad joke.
I got it though. You got to work it out.
Yeah, I'm practicing my Zoom material.
Have you done any Zoom shows?
I did one Zoom show. I didn't like it. Have you done a Zoom show?
Yeah, I don't like them either.
Yeah.
It feels so uncomfortable to just sit in front of a computer and
yeah, especially like when like they're trying to sell tickets to it. Like I think that's weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that would be like me saying, "Hey, I'm selling tickets for an interview with Ida. Like you guys don't talk. You could just watch me." And I think that would just be weird. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. But
I'm going this video chat and shut up.
Exactly. By the way, in case you're wondering, we sold 4 tickets.
Really?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, it's funny. Like I did a Zoom show, and I was bombing, and this guy's dog started barking at me. That's how you know you're doing bad. The dog was like, get the fuck out of here. This isn't even funny. Like, it was so funny. The dog was so pissed. He probably would have bit me if he would have saw me.
But you know how, like, on jokes, how, like, I mean, let's be honest, everyone has a sex joke, you know what I mean? But back in the olden days, everyone had like a McDonald's joke or a dog joke, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And now if you realize it, no one has any of those jokes.
Yeah. I like those jokes though.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Gary Shandling did his HBO special in Arizona, and it was a very simple joke. He started it was at the beginning of his set, and he was talking about how hot it was in Phoenix, and he was like, man, it's so hot. He was like, I was outside and a dog took off running and burst into flames. And I just thought that was the funniest joke. It was so simple. It makes me laugh to this day. I just thought it was such a funny joke.
But my dog joke that I have is I was walking my dog on this lawn, and it had a big sign that said no pooping and peeing on my lawn. So my dog, pees and stuff, and this lady comes out. She's like, hey, can't you read? And I was like, oh no, he's a dog.
Yeah. But
so,
I have another angle for you for that joke. When the lady says, hey, can't you read? You can say, sure I can, but my dog can't.
Or I could say he only reads Japanese or something.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
But I have two more questions for you because I want to respect your time. But what's it like, speaking of fearless comedians, being BFFs with another fearless comedian who I didn't realize you were this close with until 2 or 3 years ago, but Tiffany Haddish?
Oh yeah, it's cool. She and I have been friends for quite some time. It's awesome to watch her just, ascend. It was really a good experience to be a witness to that. And I've learned a lot from Tiffany because she's been doing stand-up longer than I have. And it's just been sweet. I talked to her the other day. Like, she makes me laugh. Like, even when I talk to her on the phone, she makes me laugh because she's so silly. But it's been great to be friends with her. And she's got a lot to do with why I'm fearless on stage, because she's one of those people that would always tell me, just be you. You don't have to be like me. You don't have to be like anybody else. You're different. This is who you are. Be fearless. And it's been great.
Yeah.
I'm proud of her.
Yeah. I remember when I first started, she would go to the Laugh Factory. Mm-hmm. I think for a while, I don't know this for sure, so I don't want to say something, but I think for a while she was homeless, but I'm not positive.
She was.
Yeah, because she was always in her car, and she was always so nice, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I always admired that, because Dat Fan was homeless too, and he won Last Comic Standing, So I feel like, hey, when I lose my mom and dad and my dog, I'll probably be homeless, and maybe I could win Last Comic Standing.
Oh no, I don't like this joke.
No, but that was just what I'm thinking when I interviewed Dat Fan. You know what I mean? But bad joke, I know. Sorry.
No.
But yeah, I love Tiffany Haddish, and I think that it was awesome that she put you on that special thing.
I appreciate her for that. I'm always going to be thankful to her for that. That was a great experience, and she just did it again. They just did season 2, so I'm very proud of her.
Are you on season 2 too?
No, it's another batch of comedians.
Oh, cool. Hey, there's always a chance for season 3, so don't worry about it.
Tell your friend Mark, what's his name?
Beltsman. He's my best friend. Don't leave Mark alone. Of course, if I interview Sandler, this is where my funny, sick mind goes. If I ever interview Sandler, I'd be like, so, how about that Mark Beltsman?
Adam Sandler probably wouldn't even say anything. He probably wouldn't even react.
He would be like, who's that?
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he probably wouldn't.
But no, like we all. It's so weird because like I think in comedy. I mean, I don't know about you, but me, I definitely have 3 or 4.
I'm looking up Mark Beltsman.
Oh, are you? All right. I definitely have like 3 or 4 comics that probably hate me and are jealous. And I feel like, do you feel like that's part of the comedy game, or do you feel like that ever goes away?
Okay, say that again, because I'm looking up.
I was basically saying how, like, you know how there's some comics who like they don't glitch with each other and they'll just like, you know what I mean? Both sides will, do a little Dramaville. Do you think that ever goes away, or do you think like that'll always stay?
I think it will always stay. It's the nature of people. Wait, hold on. It says Mark Beltsman, actor, teacher, tuba player.
Yeah. I interviewed him because he played the tuba.
Second City. Billy Madison is the first credit that comes up.
Yeah. I really hope he does not listen to this interview.
I don't think Mark Beltsman would listen to my podcast. I see him.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen him before.
Yeah.
I think in Billy Madison is the only place I've ever seen him, but
yeah, and that was like 40 years younger.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. He's a sweet guy. So you do think that it's always going to happen? You like, because you're a very successful headliner now, that like that doesn't go away for you, like.
I'm not petty though. I don't have beef with anybody. Like I never really had. I think maybe I had one exchange when I first started doing stand up, but I don't really participate in that. I don't have like beef in comedy.
Yeah.
But I think some people do, that people are people and they have grudges and they carry resentment, and it doesn't go away for some people. And it's tough because it's so toxic. But so I mean, I don't know. I don't even engage in that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's good to hear. So I think that me and Mark could be friends in a few years.
Yeah, I think you can. You can.
Well, Ida, where can you want to start the podcast now?
You're getting good at this. Look at you. You're so much more relaxed.
Well, it's over Zoom. I'm in the comfort of my own home and my own Xanax.
Yeah, and I feel you. I get it. I understand. But still, there's growth, and you can't.
So this was a better interview than the first time, then.
And the next one will be better than this one, because that's what we're supposed to do, is get better, right? Practice makes perfect.
All right, cool. So I succeeded.
You did.
All right. Where can the folks at home follow you and support you?
So on social media, at Funny AIDA, Aida is my name. On Facebook, it's just my name, Aida.Rodriguez. And that's it. That's where you can follow me. But don't follow me in person.
No, yeah. That would be a little creepy. Only I could do that.
That's right. You and Mark Beltsman. I don't know why I just like his name. I feel like my 3-year-old niece, that when she learns someone's name, she just keeps saying it over and over. Yeah.
So next time we talk, my goal is to obviously have another stand-up special and obviously make peace with Mark Beltsman.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll talk before then, because that sounds like.
No, I meant like on the podcast.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Last question I had for you, and then I'll let you go. So are you working on a TV show now for you?
So I'm working on a show. We've turned in the second script for HBO Max. We're waiting to hear back what's going to happen with the show. And I'm working on my hour special for HBO Max. So I'm writing, And that's what I've been doing for the last few hours is organizing all of my jokes and putting them into a Google document because I'm now in the second phase of preparing for the special.
All right. Well, let me know when you film it. I would love to go and support you.
I will definitely let you know. You will definitely be there.
All right. I love you, Ida.
And I love you too. Tell your mom I said hi, please.
All right. Mom, Ida says hi.
He's so silly. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. That was interview with Aida Rodriguez. Subscribe, rate, and review to the show. Apple Podcasts. Give us some love. Follow us on social media at Reza Riffs. Book me on Cameo. www.cameo.com/KeithReza. And that is it. Bye, guys.
You're listening to Reza Riffs with Keith Reza and Alan Lee, right here on LA Talk Radio.